Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, and a happy Thursday to everyone. Hello, my name is Jason. This is our integrative wellness class. We do this class every weekday at 3 p.m. I hope that everybody is having a lovely day today. Welcome, and thank you guys so much for practicing here. So, without further ado, we are going to begin. And as we begin, let us find our way onto our mats and we will start actually standing today in Tadasana pose. So, without further ado, let us begin, and I will join you guys as well on our mats. Okay. So, once again, just begin to see that you find your way onto your mat. Just going to move the screen back. Sorry about that. And just begin to see that you're on your mat and see that you're standing and your toes are spread wide apart. So this is often a great place to start in our yoga practice. This is called Tadasana pose, and we take this pose really to check in. So whenever we take Tadasana pose, it's a way of checking in, it's a way of feeling into our feet. So there's a lot of actions in yoga class that we describe. You can feel into your feet. You can just start to rock your feet forwards and backwards here. And really just feeling into the bottoms of the feet here. Starting to roll forwards and backwards onto those feet. Very nice. And then as you feel ready, raise those arms up above your head. And just continue to feel the fingers lengthening up towards the ceiling here. And take your fingers together. Press your palms all the way up towards the ceiling. And glide your fingers over towards your right side. Reach over. Come back to center, and as you exhale, move over to the other side. So we take these lateral stretches to start. It's a great way to kind of move towards our body. Notice our breath in our body. Inhale, come back to center here. As you exhale, glide those hands back down to the sides. Inhale, float the arms up above the head. And as you exhale, this time I'd like you to fold all the way down towards the mat. So as you fold all the way down towards the mat, just release the head all the way down and cross the elbows here. Release the head down. Let the body relax as you drift forward from the heels to the toes. Feel the toes that are spread wide apart here and gently begin to rock the elbows over towards your right and back to center and over towards your left. And back to center. One more time to the right and back, and one more time to the left. And back, release the hands all the way down towards the mat. And just start to bounce the body up and down a few times here. Now, take your hands and place them on your low back and inhale. Begin to peel your chest on up. Find your way to standing. Very good. So once again, let's inhale, place the palms together. Let's press our palms forward in front of us. And inhale, raise our arms up towards the ceiling here. So you're going to take like a cat and cow pose here. So just begin to round the arms, round the shoulders here, and look down towards the belly button. And as you inhale, begin to float those arms up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling here. Look up towards those fingers. As you exhale, float those hands on forward, looking down towards the belly button here. And as you inhale, begin to peel up the chest, the heart, the sternum, lifting up through the fingers. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, lengthening down and breathing. And as you inhale, floating on up and lengthening here. Good. As you exhale, glide those hands to the sides and release the fingers out to the sides. See that the fingers are on the hips. Spin the feet over to the right side of the room. And then from here, bending deeply into that right knee and straightening through that right leg. And again, bending through that right knee and straightening through that right leg. Once again, bending through that right knee and straightening through that right leg. Come back to center here and be here for a moment. Raise your arms up above your head. Look towards those fingers as you exhale. Fold all the way down towards the mat. Release the head on down. And breathe here. Just start to rock from side to side here. Moving from side to side. And letting the head release on down. Interlace the forearms again. You have a wide stance in those legs. And just begin to move those elbows from side to side.
So nice little long stretches today as we begin to open up our practice. Really nice for the hamstrings, really nice for the glutes. Release the head on down. Now take your hands to the low back, press through the fingers, inhale, peel the chest up, and find your way back to standing. Spin the feet over towards your left, bend deeply into the left knee, and straighten through that left leg. Again, bend deeply through the left knee and straighten through the left leg. One more time, bending deeply through that left knee and straightening through that leg. Let's turn our feet back to center. Raise those arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers here and forward fold. You can keep those fingers interlaced for a moment and then release the hands down to the mat. One more time, crossing the elbows here the opposite way that we just did, and just start to drift from side to side. So as we come into our wellness practice today, I'd like you to focus on this idea of connecting with your feet and feeling rooted down to the ground. So connecting with our feet is something that oftentimes we're not truly aware of, but it's a great way for us to find ourselves into the present moment. Take your hands to the low back, press down through the feet, inhale, peel up the chest. Find the feet back together and begin to walk the feet until the feet touch one another. Good. Inhale, begin to raise those arms up above the head, palms face the ceiling. As you exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum. As you exhale, folding again. Inhale, raising those fingers up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingers, press through the palms. And as you exhale, glide those arms down to the sides. Take the hands to the hips again, step the feet wide apart. Turn both feet over to face the right side of the room, and once again, bend deeply into that right knee. And we're just going to do this a few times. So as you bend into the right knee, just feel into your feet. And as you straighten through the right leg, also feel into your feet, but just let the chest lift up. That's it. As you bend into that knee, feel into those feet. And as you straighten through the leg, feel the chest opening up. One more time, bending into that right knee. One more time, straightening through that right leg and turning the feet back to parallel. Turn the feet over to the other side and bend deeply into that left knee this time. So as you straighten through the left leg, just let the chest open up and then bend deeply into that left knee. Good. One more time, lifting the chest, opening up here, bending deeply into that left knee. Straightening through the left leg, turning the feet into parallel, and stepping the feet back towards one another. Take the left hand, place it on the left hip, glide the right arm over the head. Bring the right hand over to the right hip and glide the left arm over the head. Good. Take both arms out to the sides, open the palms up, look up towards the ceiling, and raise those fingers on up over the head. Interlace the fingers again, press the palms up. Look up towards those fingers, lift through the chest, heart, and sternum as you exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. Exhale, releasing that head on down. Inhale, peeling those arms up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingers as you exhale, gliding the hands back down to the sides. Inhale, floating the arms up and above the head. As you exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, releasing the head on down. Inhale, floating those arms up above the head, palms come to touch. Exhale, releasing those arms down to the sides. One more time. Inhale, floating up here, palms touching. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Inhale, raising those arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the elbows and peel the chest on up. So raise up through those fingers. Breathe up here and then lengthen through those fingers as you look down towards the belly. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, opening the heart up, sternum up. Exhale, lengthening through those fingers and looking towards the belly. One more time. Inhale, lengthening on up. And lengthening through those arms as you look towards the belly. Bring those hands in through the center chest here. And then just begin to move the head right and left. So now let's take the left hand, place it on top of the right ear, and just move the head over towards that left shoulder. So breathing in here. If you want to make a fist with the right hand, you can do that. Just continue to open the chest, the heart, the sternum up. And then come back to center and taking your right hand this time, gliding it over the head,
and moving over towards the other side. So as you breathe here, draw the left shoulder down. Feel the right elbow lengthening down towards the mat and breathing here. Come back to center again. Excellent. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Pull the fingers down and back behind you. As you feel ready, arms drive up towards the ceiling. So even if you can't glide the fingers up towards the ceiling here, just release the head down. You can let those elbows be bent and breathe here. Then bend those knees, lift the chest, the heart, the sternum, find your way back up. Good, we're just going to begin to sway the body from side to side. So today's class I opened up a little bit more quickly than I usually do. I'm going to try to slow it on down. I don't know why. I guess today's class it just felt like moving a little quicker, but I'm going to kind of try to slow it down just so that we can kind of be into our breath and be into our body. So start to move the hips from side to side. Good. And as you breathe from side to side, I'd like you to kind of just alternate bending into your knees. So you'll notice here that as I bend into the one knee, I shift over to the other side. And as I bend into the other knee, I shift over to the opposite side. So I'm just rotating here from side to side. Good. And then from here, as you come back to center, inhale, raise those arms up above the head. As you exhale, release the hands down all the way down to the mat. As you inhale here, lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, raising those arms up above the head, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms on up. As you exhale, glide the fingers over to one side. Back to center, yogis. Glide the fingers over to the other side. Back to center. Look up towards those hands. As you exhale, forward fold again. Interlace those palms behind the back one more time. Switch the interlace by one finger. Interlace and draw the arms up and above the head. You could spread across the toes here as you look down towards the feet. And just begin to shake out that head no. Shake out the head yes. Shake out the head no. And lift the chest on up. Good. Interlace the fingers one more time. Press the palms forward in front of you. Take the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Glide the fingers over to your right. Back to center here. Glide the fingers over to your left. Back to center. Look up, look up, look up. And then turn the chest over to face the right side of the room. Come back to center with that chest and turn the chest over to face the left side of the room. Back to center with the chest. Release the hands all the way down the side. Close the eyes now and just feel into the fingers and the feet. So it's not always easy to close the eyes in a pose, especially a standing pose. And as you start to close the eyes, just start to rock between the feet forwards and backwards. And this is a really nice way to just kind of slow down our practice. It's one of the techniques that we could use to allow ourselves to slow down. And just let that chest be open here. Move the shoulders right and left. And just begin to release the hands all the way down towards the shins here. So as the hands release down towards the shins, let the head on go. And just breathe as you interlace the arms one more time. Let the weight of the body release the body weight down. Let the knees be bent here. Breathe into the back of the body. So allow the body to be long. Allow the eyes to close. Now take your hands to your hips. Inhale, peel up the chest, the heart, the sternum here. And begin to lengthen through the chest. Walk the feet out wide apart. And spread across the toes. See that the toes are spread wide apart. Very good. Inhale, peel up the chest. As you exhale, glide the chest on forward. Very nice. Bring your hands down to your mat and just breathe here in a forward fold. So start to notice the legs here. And that's a really good place to start. I'd recommend a light bend in those knees. And just let the hands release on down. If the hands don't touch the ground, there's a couple of options you have. You could use blocks here if you want. You could place your hands on yoga blocks.
Or if you'd like, you could just place your hands on the sides of your legs. Now, if your hands are on the floor, maybe walk the hands over towards the right foot and just release the head on down. Breathe in here. Draw the right outer hip back. Allow the eyes to close. Allow that breath to be long and slow. Come back to center with those hands and drive the hands over to the other side. Keep drawing that left hip back as you breathe here. Back to center again. Inhale, begin to peel up the chest here. Come high up onto the fingertips. Draw the outer arms in. Continue to lengthen through the chest. As you exhale here, bend those elbows again and release the head all the way down. So now we have a wide stance in the legs. We're going to come into that interlace one more time and take the arms up above the head. This time just draw your shoulders over towards the left side of the room. Good, and back to center. And then draw the shoulders over to the right side of the room. And back to center. Release the hands down the legs, all the way down the legs. Maybe even the hands touch the feet here. And just release on down for another moment here. Now take those hands right underneath the chest. Walk the feet in. Walk your feet in. Walk your feet in until they come about maybe 2 feet apart, 2 to 3 feet apart. Then take your hands to your hips. Inhale, peel up the chest, and find your way to stand. Okay. So, bring your hands to the center chest. And just begin to inhale. Raise the right arm up towards the ceiling. Look up towards those fingers. Just look up and see if you can reach that right arm up even higher. Keep reaching through the right arm. Press through the right foot. Press through the left foot. Keep reaching it up. And then bring that right hand down. So these are called lateral stretches. You take the left arm up. Reach that hand up. Reach that hand up. Spin the palm down. Look up towards that hand. Keep breathing here as you look up towards that hand. Keep breathing. And drawing that hand back and down. Right hand spins on up. Glide that hand up. Reach it over the head. Reach it over. Reach it over. And then place that right hand on the right hip. Left hand now. Left hand reaches up. Left hand reaches over. Reaches over. Reaches over. And then place that hand on the hip. Good. Both hands are on the hips now. And then you're going to step the feet just a little bit wider apart. Maybe about hips width distance apart. Just bend those knees here. Bend those knees, bend those knees. Very good. And then as you feel ready, press through the feet and begin to straighten the legs. All right, as you feel ready, bending the knees here. Oh, do you have sound now? Sorry, I just saw your message. Bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees. And then as you feel ready, inhale, straighten through those legs. Hopefully the sound is working now. Bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten through those legs. Reach the arms up above the head. Interlace the fingers here and press the palms all the way up towards the ceiling. So as you feel ready, just start to move the arms over towards your right side. And back to center again. And move your arms over to your left side. And back to center. Good. And then as you feel ready, just begin to release the hands all the way down to the mat one more time. And just start to shake those, or not shake, but bounce the torso up and down a few times. So this is actually a stretch that we take to release tension in the sit bones, the backs of the waist, and also in the psoas. So as you begin to just go like this and bounce up and down, take your hands over towards the right and just bounce the body here. And back to center, and take your hands over to the left and bounce the body. And back to center. Hands come to the hips. Inhale, peel up the chest here, and raise those arms up above the head. Good. Raise the arms up above the head. Breathing here. All right, very nice. Happy the sound is back. All right, so as you feel ready here, take your hands to your hips one more time and glide your hips over to one side, just like this. And then back to center and glide your hips over to the other side. So these are some lateral stretches. Today we're doing a lot of lateral stretches here, stretching over to the right
and back to center and stretching over the left and back to center. Stretching over the right and back and stretching over the left and back. Good. Now you're going to add the arms. So as you stretch over towards the right, left arm races over the right side and back to center. And as you stretch over towards the left, reaching over and back. Excellent. One more time, stretching over towards your right. So the left arm reaches over the right side and back to center. And then stretching over towards your left. And back to center again. Hands are on the hips here. And then spin both feet over towards the right side of the room. Now, if you have blocks, I'd recommend placing your blocks on either side of your right foot. If you don't have blocks here, then you can place your hands either on the shin or on the hips. And just release the head on down. The blocks are right below the shoulders. The chest is lengthening here. So press down through the outer left foot, spin the left hip in. Press down through the right ball of the foot, draw the right hip back. Continue to lengthen both sides of the chest here as you breathe. Release the head down. So you're noticing here your length. Lengthen the body as you ground through those feet. Continue to elongate here. Continue to breathe. Excellent, yogis. And then inhale, lift the chest on up. Turn the feet back to center. Turn the feet over the other side. Release the hands down to the blocks. Once again here, press to the left ball of the foot. Draw that left outer hip back. Press to the right heel. Drive the right hip forward. And release the head down. As you continue to breathe here, lengthen through the chest. Lengthen through the heart. Lengthen through the sternum. Continue to elongate here as you lengthen. Breathe. Keep lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. And then from here, inhale, peeling up the chest and heart, and coming back to center. So as you come back to center, take your hands to your hips one more time and step your feet a little bit wider apart this time. Now your feet are about 4 to 5 feet apart. Spin your feet over the right side of the room, and then take your blocks again and place them on either side of your right foot. Now place your hands back on your hips. Lean over to the right side and place your right hand on a block. Left hand stays on the hip. So if you don't have a block, you can always place your right hand on the shin. The block's just nice to use if you have one. It just keeps stability and support in the body. Press through the right big toe mound of the foot. Allow the right outer hip to draw back. As you press through the left small toe side of the foot, allow the left hip to draw forward. Inhale, float the left arm up and above your head. Good. Breathe here as you reach up through those left fingers. Allow the left side of the chest to reach on up. Allow the left arm to extend all the way out through the sternum. Inhale, float that left arm up. And as you take your hands to the hips, you bend deeply into that right knee. Inhale, float the right arm up towards the ceiling. So as you place your right forearm down on the right thigh crease, spin the left side of the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, float the left arm up. Glide the left hand down towards the mat. Glide the left hand forward. Glide the left arm up and over the head. This is called extended side angle pose. And we take this pose traditionally to create length in the body. As you press through the left foot, continue to raise up through the left side of the chest. Breathe here. Inhale, float the left arm up. And then glide your hands to your hips. Straighten through that right leg. Take your blocks, bring them back to center, and then bring them to the other side of the room. So as we prepare ourselves now, we transition to our opposite side. Extend your arms out to your sides. Lengthen the chest all the way out to the left. Release the left hand down on the block and extend your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling here. Rotate the left outer shoulder in. Keep lengthening up through those right fingers. As you continue to breathe here, keep lifting through that right side of the chest. If you'd like, you could take the right hand and place it behind the back. This is an option. The left shoulder is moving in towards the shoulder blade. The right arm is lengthening up towards the ceiling. Press down through the right ball of the foot and allow the left outer hip to draw back. See that both side ribs are lengthening here as you breathe. Inhale, let the right arm float us up. Hands come to the hips. Bend deeply into that left knee. Take your left forearm here, place it on the left thigh. Extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. As you take your right arm, glide your right arm down towards the mat. Glide your arm forward and up and over the head. Keep bending into that left knee here as you begin to rotate the right side of the chest up towards the ceiling. Keep bending into the left knee here as you breathe. So as you inhale, raise that right arm up. Glide that right arm up so we come back to parallel. Straighten that left leg and bring the hands back to the hips again. Take your hands actually to the blocks. Bring your blocks back to center and place your hands on the blocks. If you don't have blocks here, you can place your hands on the floor or you can place your hands on your shins. Good. From here, we're going to take our left hand. I'm actually going to place my left hand down on the mat. I'm going to place my right hand on my right hip. Now turn your chest over towards the right side of the room. Begin to pin that right hip into the midline of the body. See that the weight spreads across the feet. Inhale, float that right arm up towards the ceiling. So the left shoulder blade draws down the spine as the right arm extends up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, glide that right hand back down to the mat. Inhale, peel the chest forward and up. Take the right hand to center this time. Inhale, float the left arm up towards the ceiling. So as you draw the left hip in, raise the left arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. As you exhale, glide that left arm down to the mat.
Release the head down one more time and just let the body weight release down towards the feet.
You know, if you have a block,
Consider stacking your blocks up so that you can release the head down. If you don't have blocks or you can't release the head down towards the mat, you could just cross the elbows here and breathe. This is a really nice way to create length in the legs and in the sides of the body. Keep transitioning the weight forward from the heels towards the feet. Release the head on down and breathe here.
Good, now take the hands down to the mat. Inhale, begin to peel up the chest here. Take your hands to your hips, lift the chest, heart, and sternum up, and then walk the feet back together. Find your way into standing mountain pose. So as you feel ready, take your arms out to the sides and breathe here. Take your left arm, raise your left arm up and over the head as you draw your right arm down the leg. Good, come back to center. Take your left arm, bring it down the leg as you extend your right arm across the body and draw it back to center. Bring your arms both up at the same time. Interlace the fingers once again. Press down through those feet. Hug the belly in. Wrap the outer arms in. Good. As you feel ready, look up towards those fingers. As you exhale, once again, forward fold here. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. This time you're just going to hold here. So keep a little light bend in those knees and begin to see if you could take your chest any amount forward of the ribs. So your sternum is actually lengthening forward, but your shoulder blades are moving back. Feel the collarbones spread wide apart here as you breathe. As you exhale, release, and fold all the way down. Take the hands to the hips. Press down through the feet. Inhale, lift the chest on up, and release your hands all the way down through the sides of the body. Hands come to the hips, step the feet wide apart. And then as you take your hands to blocks, once again, place your blocks right over to the either side of your right foot. One more time, forward fold here, Parsvatonasana.
So release the head down. Just begin to press through that back heel. Begin to bend slightly into that front knee. And release the head on down. Now as you feel ready, bend into that right knee. You're going to lower your left knee down onto the mat. Walk your hands back just slightly so you can lift the chest here. This is called lunge, low lunge pose. Inhale, lift the chest. Feel your shoulders moving back down the spine. Allow the belly to hug in here as you breathe. So from here, tuck the left toes underneath. Float the left leg up and straighten through that right leg. So one more time, we're in Parsvatonasana pose. And then again, bend that left knee. Release the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, this time float your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. So if you need a blanket to place underneath the legs, please feel free to do so. Press the palms up towards the ceiling as you look up towards those fingers. As you exhale here, release the hands down to the blocks. Press through the left ball of the foot. Float the left leg up and begin to straighten through the right leg here. Good. Bend deeply into that right knee. One more time. Lengthen through the chest. And then this time, you're going to place the blocks inside of the leg. Turn the feet in. Lift the chest up. And then turn the feet over to the other side. So we first start with Parsvatonasana stretch. So this is what we call a hip flexor stretch. So this helps to stretch out our legs, our hamstrings, and our inner groins. And then from here, from our hip flexor stretch, lift the chest forward. Begin to bend into that left knee as you release the right knee down to the mat. Lift through the chest and heart here. So as we take this lunge pose, we're just lifting the chest off of the thigh. We're pressing through those fingers as we breathe in here. Now as you tuck the right toes underneath, press that right thigh back and begin to straighten through that left leg. Release the head on down. Keep breathing as you lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. And then again, you'll lower that right knee down to the mat. You'll float your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthening through the fingers here. As you exhale, one more time, float the hands back down to the blocks. Press through the right ball of the foot. Lengthen that right heel back. Keep bending into that left knee. And then once again, as you straighten through that left leg, take your blocks back to center and release your head on down. So one more time here, let's stack up those blocks, and you can release the head down on the blocks, or you could just release the hands to either side of the legs. So if you don't have blocks, hands come to either sides of the legs and just breathe here. This is called Prasarita Padottanasana. This is variation D. Lengthen through the chest, lengthen through the heart, lengthen through the sternum. Release the head all the way down towards the mat here. Good. And then as you feel ready, take the hands to the hips, press through the feet, inhale, lengthen through the chest. Take the feet, bring the feet back together, and find your way back into mountain pose. So guys, remember, we started with this pose. Once again, just begin to rock the feet forwards and backwards here. Forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Good. One more time, forwards and backwards. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the chest. Exhale, folding. Inhale, raising the arms up towards the ceiling, palms face one another. Exhale, bringing the hands back down to the sides. Inhale again, raising those palms up, looking up. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Exhale, folding. Inhale, raising those arms up towards the ceiling. Palms touch. Exhale, bringing the hands back down to the sides. One more time. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Exhale, folding. So this time, what I'd like you guys to do is just walk your feet forward, or walk your feet back, walk your hands forward, rather, and take your way, or find your way, rather, into downward facing dog pose. So now we're ready for a downward facing dog. We've been standing for most of the duration of the class, so this pose should hopefully feel good. Nice slight bend in those knees. Keep lengthening the tailbone down towards the heels. Keep drawing those thigh bones back all the way to the back of the mat. Release your knees down to the mat and take a few rounds of cat and cow pose here. So inhale, peel up the chest. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, peeling forward and up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lengthening chest. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more time. Inhale, lengthening the chest. Good. As you exhale, extend your right leg back behind you. So we extend our right leg back just to feel into that right leg, to kind of get a little bit more length in our pose. If it's a lot to have the leg lifted, just release the right foot down to the mat. If you'd like here, float the left arm up towards the front of the room. Wrap the outer left arm down and in. So feel the left arm in external rotation. Keep lifting through the belly here. Squeezing that belly. Lower the left palm down. Lower the right knee down. So now we move into the opposite side. Left leg extends back. Left leg floats on up. See that the weight is even in the hands. See that the right shin is pressing on down. See if you can take your right hand forward of the chest here. Hug the belly in and continue to breathe. Allow lengthening to happen in the chest, heart, and sternum.
And as you exhale, lower the right hand down, lower the left knee down. Find your way into child's pose. If you need a block, you could use a block for the head. Release the head all the way down. And breathe here. This is our first child's pose of the day. A great opportunity for us to just observe our breath and our body here. Good. And from child's pose, you're going to inhale, float on up. Come on to the hands and the knees one more time. See if you can press back through that right heel. See if you can press back through the left heel. You're in the top of a push-up. This is called plank pose. And then once again, exhale, shift back, downward facing dog pose. So really taking a moment to be in downward facing dog pose. Spread across the fingers here. Feel the forearms lifting up towards the front of the mat. Feel the outer trapezius muscles drawing up towards the side ribs. Feel the belly hugging in, the thigh bones pressing back, the heels lengthening back towards the back of the mat. Release the knees on down. And breathe here in tabletop pose. Press through the fingers here, spread across the fingers, engage the core muscles and lengthen through the chest. As you exhale, round through the belly and lift the hip bones all the way forward and up towards the belly. So just a really rounded spine here. Now take your hands, as you walk your hands back to your body, come onto your fingertips and begin to walk your hands over towards your left. So I'm just going to face you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just turn towards your left and breathe here. So you're on your fingertips, you're really in a rounded pose. Excellent, yogis, and come back to center and then to the other side. So once again on those fingertips, just pressing down, inhale, lifting up, hugging that belly in. Good, and one more time, come back to center. Fingertips, inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more time. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Okay, so this time, take your hands, place your hands on top of your blocks. Take your right leg out to the right side. So right leg's out to the right, and inhale, float your right arm up towards the ceiling. Right leg out to the right, right arm up towards the ceiling, and breathe here. So just look towards that right foot as you breathe. This is a really nice stretch of the body, good stretch for the inner legs, good stretch for the outer hips. We're going to take the opposite of this stretch. You're going to take your right hand down to the block. You're going to walk your right hand back behind the leg and lift your left arm up. That's very similar to the pose we just took, but a little bit different. Now we're working the left outer side of the foot. Good. Now, if you want, you can take your blocks and place both your blocks on either side of the leg and just release the head down. I love this stretch. This is a really nice stretch of the body. I don't know a proper name for it. Somewhat of it's called Parigasana or the Gates pose. It's very similar to that pose. A little bit different though. Lift through the chest. Walk those blocks back to center. Release that right knee down. Now take the left leg. Extend the left leg out to the side. From here, float the left arm up towards the ceiling. Raise that left arm up and breathe here. Keep lifting through the left arm. Keep lifting through the chest. Keep lifting through the heart. Good. And then as you feel ready, you're going to lower that left palm on down. You're going to walk it over towards the left leg, maybe behind the left leg, and inhale, float the right arm up. So really nice way to create length in the body here. Just reaching up. There's no real proper name for this pose. It's very similar to like a reverse triangle pose a little bit. You're breathing here. And then take your block and place your block on either side of the leg as you release the head on down. And breathe. Come back to center once again. Bring that left knee back on in. Take the right knee out. Place the right foot out. Right foot is in line with the left knee. Inhale, float the right leg up, right arm up again, but this time look at that right foot. So it's a very interesting pose. This is not, I don't know any proper names for some of these poses, but I like this pose as well. Take the hand behind the head, look up towards the ceiling and breathe here. Really nice stretch for the hip flexors. Really nice stretch for the legs. If you want, come high up onto the ball of your right foot as you lift the chest up. Good. As you exhale, take that right hand back down. Draw the right knee back into center. We're going to do the same on the other side. So start by taking the left foot in line with the right knee. Then place your right hand on a block and inhale, lift your left arm up. Then begin to lean back and maybe take your left hand behind the back of the head. So you're looking up at that elbow. You're lifting through the top of the chest and you're breathing here. Maybe gliding the left toes up off the floor. Breathe into that left heel. And then placing your hand down on the block and releasing that knee back down. This time, taking your right leg out one more time. I know we're doing a lot of back and forth here. And then from here, you're going to walk yourself over towards the right and release the head on down. This is called Ardha Hanumanasana pose. Hanuman is the name of a famous deity in India. He is like a human monkey. He's a monkey, but a human, like a combination. He's a monkey human. And this is his pose. I actually went to his temple when I was there. I'm sure it was just one of the temples. But there was one of the temples was in Bangalore. Good. And if you want, okay, this is to add on to the stretch, really nice. You can take your right hand and place it on your right hip and turn your chest over towards the right. You can even extend your right arm back behind you here. So it's like twisting triangle pose. And then take that right hand down. Bring your blocks back to center. And then step your right knee in. So now we come to the other side. We spin our feet over to start. We glide our leg back. We walk our hands forward. We release the head down. And breathe here. Good. As you feel ready, inhale, walk the hands back. Inhale, peel up the chest. Take the blocks back to center. Draw that left knee back in and come back to center here. Very good, guys. Okay, we're going to have a seat for a moment in Virasana. So, if you're really tight in the hamstrings, sit on 2 blocks. If not, sit on 1. Some of us may not even need a block. If you could maybe just sit right on the floor, that's fine here. So let's begin to come back into where we started. So start by just stretching over the side of your body. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't even do this today. This is from another class I taught. I did something similar, but I forgot. And then you're going to take your arm over the body and then do the other side. And just look up at that hand. So, I'm doing a lot of shoulder work today because I, unfortunately, kind of did something to my little interior trapezius muscle of my shoulder blades. So that's the reason why I'm doing a lot of shoulder stuff today. So just in case you guys were wondering, that today's class is a lot more shoulder oriented, I guess. So you'll take the right hand up, glide that arm up, and you're going to come into a simple twist here. Take your right hand, cross it over to the left thigh, and just twist over to the side. And breathe. Maybe inviting a little smile here if you'd like. I know oftentimes we don't smile enough. So it's good to kind of remember to smile here. And then inhale, raise those arms up, and exhale, take it to the other side. And funny enough, this pose is very similar to a pose that we took yesterday called Viraj. So it has that same components of the twisting. If you guys remember that pose, where we brought the legs over to one side. And inhale, raise the arms up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side one more time. Switching over and twisting. And then what I want you to do is turn your head to the other side. Good. Inhale, float those arms up. Exhale, change. All right, come back to center again. Take your legs. You're going to remove them from underneath. All right? And then let's do this. Let's actually just have a seat on our mats. And if you have a blanket, it's really good to sit on a blanket. If you don't have a blanket, it's okay. But the blanket, it's not just about support. It also helps to kind of create a lift. And that lift can be very helpful here. So you're going to extend your legs out to the sides, just like this. And begin to breathe here. Now take your arms forward and just stretch your chest forward of those thighs. Keep the toes facing the ceiling here. And breathe. So shoulders move back. Belly draws in. Press through the big toe mounds. Inhale, lift the chest and come up. Now, take the left arm over to the left, stretch over to that side, right arm stretches over the body. So again, lateral stretch. And let's do the other side. So take the right hand down and lateral stretch. All right, let's bring both feet back together. So now bring your feet in, bring your feet back together, bring your feet in. And then from here, just begin to forward fold. Release the head on down. Close the eyes. And breathe here. Let the head go. Let the eyes close. And release. Okay, yogis. So from here, we're going to extend our legs fully forward. And we're going to come into just a simple twist. You'll start by taking your right hand, crossing it over the right thigh. You're going to turn away from the bent knee. So just turn over to the side. I don't have too much room by the wall, but I'm turning. You can still turn here. All right. And then back to center again, and we'll take the other side. So you'll glide that right leg forward, you'll hug the left knee in, and you'll twist. All right, back to center here. So now you're going to take your right leg in one more time. You're going to bring your right foot out into the left inner thigh. If you need to place a block underneath the right leg, please feel free to do so. The right knee should not be hovering. It should be on the ground or on a block. And then just lengthen your arms out towards that leg. Some of us can actually release the head all the way down. If that feels appropriate today, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, a strap is fine here, or you can just begin to release down through any amount. It doesn't matter how much. You know, many days this is not my stretch.
It just depends. And also it helps to be sitting up on a prop. When I'm sitting up, I have more ability to fold here. If I wasn't sitting on a prop, there's no way I could do this. I mean, maybe I could do it, but it would not be as comfortable. All right, and then inhale, peeling up, peeling up, peeling up. And taking your right leg forward. Taking your left knee in, and we're doing the other side. So we're ending today with these forward folds, and the reason for that is forward folds bring us into a space of relaxation. So as you glide the hands on forward, coming forward, taking your hands and placing them over your leg. And breathe here. And once again, as I explained to you guys, me being on the prop helps. If I wasn't on the prop, I would not have an easy time doing this. And lifting up. So there are benefits to using props. And then extending both legs forward. You're going to take both arms up towards the ceiling. Reach up, reach up, reach up. This is called Dandasana Staff Pose. Urdhva arms extended. As you feel ready, exhale, fold. And if you can, lift the elbows up away from the ears. Okay, inhale, lifting on up. So from here, let's find our way onto our back. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your way onto your back. If you have a blanket, you can place a blanket underneath the head. You're going to roll on down. You're going to take the hands underneath the buttocks flush. You can rock the buttocks right and left. Rock the head right and left. Good. If you need any final stretches here, please feel free to do so. For instance, if you need to take the left foot in and you want to do a thread the needle pose, please feel free to do that. A lot of the work that we did in today's practice was lateral stretches. We did a ton of lateral stretches, which are supposed to be good for the lungs. Supposedly lateral stretches are good for the lungs. They're definitely good for the ribs. And then you're going to take the other side. And if you have not already, just begin to extend your legs all the way forward on your mat. Release the arms out to the sides and breathe. So bringing those knees to a bend, rolling the body weight onto your side, being here for a moment. And as you feel ready, pressing your way on up and finding your way into a simple cross-legged position. Taking your hands to the center chest, releasing the chin towards the chest. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's always a pleasure to practice with you guys. Dan and Gail, amazing to have you guys here. Really does brighten my day, so it was nice. Sometimes the 3 o'clock class is kind of where I'm at that, like, but then when I teach, then I'm like, okay, I feel good. So I hope that you guys have a phenomenal evening. I hope that you enjoy the evening. Hopefully there's a nice outside, maybe even to take a walk or check out the outside and stuff. So have a phenomenal day, everyone. It has been a pleasure to teach. I will be here tomorrow teaching the 3 p.m. class as well. For anybody else who's joined, my name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our Vinyasa, this is our integrative wellness class. So if you guys ever have any special requests, please let me know. I see, let me know what you guys want to focus on, or what types of practices you guys like. I love teaching this class because I can incorporate a lot of different elements of practice and kind of like bring them all together. So this class is definitely one of my favorite classes to teach. If you guys are not already following me on YouTube, please find your way to YouTube at Yoga with Jason G. Just subscribe to my page. The reason why is because I'm compiling all of my videos on YouTube. So it makes stuff so much easier. Facebook, I just like to stream live classes on. But if you want to have more and stuff, then go to YouTube. Oh, amazing, Gail. Yes. So tomorrow morning I'll be teaching my 6 a.m. class as well, 6 a.m. Pacific time. Whoever else is joining us, I hope that you have a phenomenal rest of your day. I love, Gail and I, we've been practicing yoga together for 10 years. So I've been, instructing for a little bit. And guys, just continue to keep practicing. I hope everybody has a phenomenal rest of their day. Be well, be happy, my friends. Namaste, yogis. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.